The universe is the universe of information. It contains information. That's how it transforms itself, through the information process. And so, to ignore this probability is ignoring a great deal of the potential of this whole universe and our capacity to co-create with it.
Yeah. That's what it comes to co-create life.
Yeah, that's...
What else to do here?
That's what frees us. This is the truth that sets us free. We co-create life beginning with our own life. With every breath we're creating our own life. And we're sharing in that process. So we're literally creating our share of the universe by breathing, as well as creating co-creating our actual life.
Yeah.
So we can create life through creating our own life with our breath and our consciousness, our creative imagination, the ability to create new images and forms and manifest those instead of the old ones that we've been stuck in and programmed with for at least the last 5,000 years that have kept us in war and slavery and artificial economic systems and all the anxiety and neurosis and feelings of separation and isolation and splitting apart and disintegration that go with that, so that fear becomes the overriding reality. Therefore, God is fear. Well, the God of fear is a false God, and the God of fear must go somewhere else, another universe. Because the God I experience as really being God is a God of truth and freedom. So there's no room, no space in that universe for fear. Because as soon as fear comes in that area where truth and love and freedom are, it begins to dissolve and melt and flush away and become love, truth, and freedom. Because in truth, that's all that God could possibly be, is universal love, universal truth, universal freedom, and the sublime joy that we are graced with when we experience and realize this.
Sometimes it feels the word I,
See?
don't even breathe itself, it's just being breathed. That this me, this I, is just being breathed from the thrive of life. Like there's this thrive of life journey into my lungs and cells to experience itself through my cells. And in all that process there is this human consciousness taking place.
Yes, and consciousness that we are involved with that creative process.
Yes.
We live in an ocean of atmosphere.
Yeah.
We live in an ocean of air, and there's so much density in that ocean of air weighing down on us. In American terms, it's 14.5 pounds per square inch of our body.
It's like a fish in the water.
Exactly.
It's the same H2O.
Exactly.
In oxygen too.
Yes. Oxygen and hydrogen blended together to create water instead of atmosphere. It's just a different relationship with each other and different protons and molecular relationships that create either atmosphere or water. So fish are breathing water and we're breathing air. I mean, we're breathing water also, and the fish are breathing air.
Immense thirst comes from breathing water of love.
Rumi?
Spirkom. And at the end of one of his poems.
Beautiful. Say it again, Michael.
Immense thirst comes from breathing water of love.
Beautiful. Yes.
I can read you the whole poem once.
Okay. So you see, in other words, this is all information that basically supports what you're saying about sometimes you feel it breathes you.
Mm-hmm.
In essence, it does breathe us. All that pressure, we actually breathe to hold it away from us. Otherwise, we'd collapse.
Yeah, or we explode.
Yeah. Well, we'd implode.
Yeah.
we'd implode 14.5 pounds per square inch pushing in on us. We got to have a corresponding pressure on the inside of us pushing outward to keep an equilibrium.
The pulsating
Yep.
of life.
Yep, with every breath. Whether it's fish breathing water or us breathing atmospheric water, it's still the same process and the same elements going in there, plus inside of all that is prana and chi, the living spirit itself.
And this is happening in all organic life. Human have the potentials to be conscious in that process.
To be conscious of the process and to be participants in it and co-create with it.
Yeah.
That's that dimension of humanness that we've been given that is God conscious, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yes, that's the joy of being human and letting the atmosphere breathe us. Because I agree with my friend in Oregon, our true identity is our next breath and the one in our body now. It contains the living spirit of life, the breath. It's whatever God is, the creative spirit of whatever truth is. That's in the breath.
So the id is identity comes from the energy id, the wrath, the thrive of life.
Yeah, it's that raw energy that is the creative fuel, fire, and engine of the universe.
Id entity. The entity of the id.
That's a Freudian term. Freud split consciousness into id, ego, and superego, and the id is that unconscious, driving, creative, wrath, spiritual fire, big bang desire and need for the whole energy of the universe to constantly recreate itself and reproduce itself, fucking and creating babies of all kinds. And when we experience this and realize that we're part of this huge universal process and that we're conscious of it, we can dance with it now. We can create our own music. We can blend our rhythm to this greater rhythm and create a harmonic rhythmic pattern which feeds us, and we feed it with every breath, with every heartbeat, with every thought, word, action. We transform as we go. So there's no need for money. There's no need for extra energy. We've been given more energy, more power than we could ever imagine at the moment we're conceived and born.
It's there in abundance already.
It's the way this universe works. It produces far more than it needs. It produces excesses of everything. This universe overflows with abundance. Only the human mind, through fear, separates itself from that abundance and starts to create a belief system that there's a huge scarcity and that we have to survive personally. And me, number one, ego, comes first and foremost. And then everybody else is going to have to fight for themselves and going to have to fight me to get what I got.
By observing plants, we can watch and learn to see how the abundance works in all living.
If someone wants to truly understand the way the universe works, simply create a little garden patch for yourself and plant a seed.
Yeah.
Plant one seed of corn, for example, and watch how many seeds come back in your harvest.
Yes.
This universe works in that way. It gives back to us in abundance and in multiples of what we give it.
Yeah.
So if I want to receive love and joy from the universe, it's my responsibility to plant love and joy in the fertile matrix of the universe. And to have faith and be patient and wait that this process does work.
Yeah.
And eventually harvest returns to me in abundance of what I gave it. So there really is abundance. There's no need for profit when you realize that there's abundance. And the law of abundance is share the abundance. So we can learn to live this way or remember how to live this way, which is all it really is, because that's the way it was before money and before slavery, before wars and competition for power and resources. Then heaven comes to earth. We start to live and remember what paradise truly is, and Adam and Eve go back into the garden in full consciousness this time. of the responsibility of taking really good care of the garden.
Yeah.
Are you recording this?
Yeah.